Are you thinking about getting your real estate license in the state of Missouri, but you just don't know where to start? Well, in this video, I'm going to take you through a complete step-by-step guide so you know exactly how to get licensed and start your new career. My name's Chris. I've been a licensed agent for over 10 years. I'm also a real estate coach and team leader that's been able to help hundreds of people get their license and get started with their new career. Before we dive into the video, make sure to check out my real estate license starter kit. Everything in this video plus a lot more is inside that guide. If you want to grab it, it's totally free. Click the link down below in the description and download your copy. I think you'll find it super helpful. Also, down in the description below, you're gonna find a link to my favorite real estate school. And the reason I like this school so much is they have a pass or don't pay guarantee on their classes. And the reason that's so important is because a lot of people fail the real estate exam. And the fact that they're willing to stand behind their work and they believe they can help you pass is a huge deal. So if you wanna check their classes out and also get access to different sales and discounts, make sure to click the affiliate link down below. Okay, so the very first step to getting your real estate license is just meeting some of the basic requirements in Missouri. The first one is you must be 18 years old or older and you must have a high school diploma or a GED. The next requirement is you must be a legal US resident or citizen. And another important thing is you must be able to pass a background check. And if there's something on your record that might prevent you from getting licensed, I highly suggest you reach out to the local real estate commission and have that conversation ahead of time. Step number 2 is completing your required pre-license education classes. In the state of Missouri, you're required to complete 72 hours of state-approved pre-license education. And yes, I know 72 hours sounds like a ton of time. But the good news is you can do these classes in person or online. I actually recommend the online route because you get all the same perks of instructors and support, but you don't have the back and forth drive time, and it's much more convenient and flexible. So that's the route I would take if I was doing this all over again. During these classes, you're gonna learn a lot of great things. Everything from real estate law to real estate math to the code of ethics and all the things that you're gonna be using during your time in your career as a licensed real estate agent. Now, it's important to pay attention during these classes for 2 reasons. One is these classes are going to help you stay out of trouble once you're out in the field and you're licensed and you're working with clients. The second reason is you really need to focus because the exam is challenging. A lot of people fail the exam. And I find that a lot of people that fail are people that don't pay attention during their pre-license education. So make sure you stay focused and make sure you stay dedicated. So once you complete your state-approved pre-license education, it's time to move on to step number 3, which is scheduling and passing your real estate exam. Now in the state of Missouri, it's administered through PSI exams. To schedule your exam, you can schedule online or you can give them a call. To do it online, you just go to their website and you schedule. Just make sure to give them at least 24 hours notice in advance. Now on test day, you're gonna wanna bring 2 major things. You want to first bring a basic non-scientific calculator for the math portion of the exam, and you also want to bring 2 forms of identification. One can be a US passport, a driver's license. You could also bring something like a debit card or a credit card. Just make sure you bring 2 different forms of identification. Now you're probably wondering what's actually on the exam. Well, on test day, you're going to be met with a bunch of multiple choice questions. In fact, there's about 140 of them. And the exam itself is broken into 2 different parts. You have a state-specific portion and a national portion of the exam. And if you fail one and pass the other, the good news is you just have to come back and retake the one that you failed. You don't have to retake both. Now, on the exam itself, the questions are multiple choice, and that is a good thing because it makes it a tad bit easier. However, one important note is that they are multiple choice, but they can be written in a very tricky way. And they're not doing this to trick you. They're genuinely trying to see if you have the knowledge it takes to go out there and practice real estate and help people and not put yourself at risk. So make sure you read each question multiple times before you submit your final answer. You have plenty of time to complete the exam. In fact, you have a couple hours to do this, so don't rush through it. So once you complete the exam, you're gonna know if you passed or failed right away. Now, in order to pass, you need a 70% score on the national portion and a 75% score on the state-specific portion of the exam. Now, if you failed the exam, don't get too upset and definitely don't quit, because there are so many people that failed the exam the first time. And many actually failed the exam multiple times and went on to become very successful real estate agents. Some of the agents in my market that are the top producers failed the exam multiple times. So failing the exam doesn't have any correlation to if you're going to be good or bad as a real estate agent. In fact, it has nothing to do with it. It just means you have to go back, study harder, and give this another try. Now, if you did pass the exam, it's time to celebrate because you definitely accomplished something and you're one step closer to getting your license. The next step in this process is completing your fingerprinting and background check. And this is done through the Missouri State Highway Patrol and the FBI fingerprinting system. Once that's complete, we move on to step number 5, which is applying for your license. Now, you're gonna apply through the Missouri Real Estate Commission. And during this step, what you're gonna do is you're gonna take everything you've done so far. You're gonna take your pre-licensed education that you completed, make sure it's state approved, that's important. And then you also wanna get your past real estate exam and you want to also get your completed background check. Once you have that done, we're gonna put it all together with your license application and we're gonna send it out. And then we have that step done. From there, we move on to step number 6, which is picking your sponsoring broker. Now, this is one of the most exciting parts of the process, but it's also one of the most serious because if you pick the wrong brokerage, you could be setting yourself up for a lot of setbacks and in the worst case, maybe even failure. This is gonna be a very first real estate mentor, so it's important to ask the right questions and pick the right brokerage. So I want to give you a couple questions that I would ask if I was doing this all over again. The very first one is what kind of training and mentorship do you have specifically for new agents? Am I gonna get a mentor one-on-one that's gonna walk me through my first deals? And if so, how often can I contact that mentor? Is it any day at any time, or is it only at specific times? That's a very important question. The next question to ask is what kind of trainings do you have? Are they specific to new agents, or are they just general real estate classes that anybody can take, or maybe they're even aligned to top producers that are much further ahead than you and really won't be helpful for your business as a new agent? So make sure to ask that question as well. The next question to ask is, how are you going to help me market my business? The truth is, the majority of real estate agents fail because they have no idea how to market their business and get clients. So ask the broker that question. How are you going to help me market my business and grow? And if you want to get leads, maybe even ask the question if they have any real estate teams in the office that offer real estate leads to new agents, and if you can apply for those teams, because that could be a good option as well. And the third thing to ask is about the splits and monthly fees. Now, the very first one is the monthly fees. You want to ask this question because as a brand new agent that might not have constant income coming in, if you're paying a monthly fee out every single month, whether you close on business or you don't, it can get expensive really quick. And I think it's a bad idea in my opinion. Now, offices have all kinds of different fees. Some brokerages have $0 a month in monthly fees, and others can be upwards of a couple $100 a month. And as a brand new agent, this is something you definitely want to consider. The next question to ask is, what are the commission splits? If you make a $10,000 commission, how much of that do you actually get to take home as a new agent? Now, this is an important question, but I don't want it to be the main focus of your decision. Because if you pick a brokerage that has super great high commission splits, but they have no support, chances are you're gonna fail and you're gonna get 100% of nothing. So I highly suggest you go with the brokerage that's gonna give you the support, mentorship, and training, and focus a little bit less on the commission splits. Now that you have all the steps to get your license, I wanna answer some of the most common questions I get on a regular basis, because I'm sure you have some questions at this point. The first question is, how much does it actually cost to get your real estate license in Missouri? Well, I estimate anywhere between $600 and $800 depending on what classes you choose, if there's any sales and discounts you can access, along with if you're gonna upgrade and get any exam prep tools, and what brokerage you pick. But I would budget anywhere between $600 and $800. If you really want to budget, maybe stretch it out to $1,000. But all in all, considering the upside of this career, it's a very low cost to enter. The second most common question is, how long does it actually take to get your real estate license? Well, I estimate anywhere between 6 to 12 weeks. In Missouri, you're looking at 72 hours of state-approved classes, then you have to go through your exam process. So I would estimate anywhere between 6 and 12 weeks, depending on how motivated, dedicated, and focused you are on getting this done. The third question I get is the exam actually hard? And the truth is, the exam is hard, and many people fail it multiple times, and a lot of people fail it the first time. So It's definitely a challenging exam, but you don't have to fail the first time. There are so many great exam prep tools and study aids out there right now that really help you get the confidence you need to pass the exam the first time. I remember when I was going through this process and I had a boring textbook and I was trying to really memorize everything, and I was just super frustrated because I found it to be a very hard way to learn and cram all this information into my brain. So I highly suggest checking out exam prep tools. They put you through test-like simulations and really build your confidence you need to pass the exam. The exam prep tool that I recommend is down in the description below. It's called Compucram. It is an affiliate link, so if you want to check them out, also check out the description below and check out their exam prep tool. I think it will really help you build that confidence you need. And the last question I get is, can I do this part-time? And the truth is, you absolutely can do it part-time. So many people start their career on a part-time basis and then transition into become full-time agents. And some just stay part-time and they love what they do and they keep their job, or they keep their part-time job and do real estate part-time, and they have two income sources and it works out really good. The thing I like about real estate is you have the option to build it into whatever you want. It's completely flexible and it's up to you. Some agents decide to become top producers and make super high incomes, while other agents want to just make extra money and help a few extra clients a year and help people get into their homes. And they do that and they have a great experience. So it's entirely up to you on how you want to build your business and how you want to structure this. So at this point, I'm sure you have more questions, and if you do, drop them down in the comment section below, or just simply give me some feedback. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe, because we have more content all about getting your real estate license and starting your real estate career coming to the channel. Thanks again for tuning in.